previously on Perfect Plex.
I don't give that any validity.
Hold on.
Because at the same time, because at the same time,
because tapping is different from my day. Tapping was like,
it's just we're lying for Vince. Yeah, we're lying for Vince.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something that I'm not capping on. Kiss my ass. I ain't capping on that. As he was saying, you know, before this guy came out, yo, Wise Man. Listen, it would have been way better to bring out Bray Wyatt.
Smashed them all.
It could have been Bray Wyatt, right? But that leads to us all thinking these rumors are true and he's coming back and all the other stuff, right? Although there's other rumors that tell you that Bray Wyatt's not coming, right? Hence why depth to dirt sheets. Hashtag.
But the thing that you want to always remember, and this is a publicly traded company in which their biggest pay-per-view of the summer, in which is billed SummerSlam. It's one of their top fours, right? It's one of their top fours. This man is a prize fighter. He's a prize fighter. He comes back for the
but why is he But he just lost at WrestleMania. Why does he get another title shot? I know why. Because he's going to sell the fucking arena. Now, let me just say that. With all that being said, coming down to SummerSlam, and this man on the screen right there, your tribal chief, whether you acknowledge him as their true tribal chief or not, I've always thought the gimmick was funny from day one. You know that, Dice, and I said the same thing.
We loved it.
As soon as he said tribal chief, I said, oh, it's going to be him and Rock. Instantly, I laughed. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth right there. I said, oh, do we know who the real tribal chief is? Okay.
That's my tribal chief. Yes, you got a tribal chief. My tribal chief.
So, because of the NBA,
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
That being good in the ring doesn't make you a great tag team. Unfortunately,
that's everything. What do you mean?
No, unfortunately, just being good in the ring does not make you a great tag team. The Street Profits are not the greatest in the ring. They're better than the fucking Good Brothers in every other aspect. That's what I'm saying.
I know you, Vaughn, tweet that. I know you did not just put the Street Profits over the Good. Oh, I'm about to hyperventilate over here.
Anybody in the chat that puts the Good Brothers over the Street Profits, please tell me I'm wrong.
You mean the one-time Street Profits? You mean the one-time champions are over the Good Brothers?
It's not even true.
What? Stop.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And welcome to Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Oh, my people, testify. We are here, your tribal chief of staff, along with nothing that's Z that is silent, but that's his name. And we claim some fame today to come to ask you guys. Here's to you. Cheers, right? Sometimes you want to go to a place where everybody knows your name. And when you happen to be part of the forbidden door, you can toast. You can't toast enough. Partake, if you will. So, but forbidden door last night, people. Welcome to the show of shows. I am your host. You already know my name. It's Mike Knoxxx, spelled with 3 X's. Because I'm hardcore. If you don't believe me, here's something that's factual at this point, people, in facts in life. That's the whore that you dated. But people, that's the alpha and the omegas of this wrestling talk. This here wrestling talk. Dice Man. Please, tell them who you are.
You know what? One time, I dated a whore. I tried to save her. I tried to save her.
Should I save her?
It didn't work. But anyway, what up, everybody? It's your boy, the Z is Silent, aka Mr. Almighty Dice Man, aka Mr. Dice Man Holla, aka Mr. I does what I want when I want, aka Mr. Princess of Thanos, aka the Shang Tsung of this wrestling debate shit. Your soul is mine, aka your mama's favorite daddy, aka Big Champ in the chat. Kith for those not in the know, aka I'm about to tell you about Forbidden Door and don't give a damn what you think about it. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, no, maybe so. Jump to the dough. I can't go no more. I'm not a rapper. Anyhow, was that a half a bar? I got a half.
It was a half.
I got a half. I'm winning. It's like if you got a half a Twix, which is 2 pieces.
Oh, so we're in the last Monday of Black Music Month. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Chris Breezy. Just dropped
shout out to Breezy
album. And we are in the last Monday of Pride Month, which I'm still celebrating my rainbow.
To all my brothers and sisters out there.
Love is love. God is love. Rev, run. Now I gotta take a bubble bath tonight, people. Gotta take a bubble bath tonight. Right. Now, let's talk about it, guys. Previous show on Perfect Plex, you already saw that. Thanks for the audio and the production done. And listen, pause. Make sure you guys go backstage. Because he's backstage. He's also on stage. That's on all our social media platforms. And that's my man, King Von Jr. 720 on the Twitter. Yeah. The Victorious Ones podcast. The conversation is very worth listening to, people. Okay. He has a lot of things to say. Go listen. Now, people, Forbidden Door Dice. Now, this ain't their paper. This isn't their WrestleMania. Okay, here's my question for this pay-per-view. I'm not, people already, I see your comments in the chat. Continue a second. This is a pay-per-view I never asked for. This is like, I never asked for the McRib back in the day, but I took it. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie and say I ate a McRib in my time. I didn't ask for the Popeye's chicken sandwich, okay? But I got it, okay? So that's my thing about Forbidden Door. This is something, you said before. Shout out to Coke Boy Tony, Steve, who also said before about Tony Khan and he's, it's just Tony, okay? But I will say this. To the sold-out crowd in my hometown of Chicago, they're going to cheer like that. It's Chicago. It's AEW. It's what it is. But I'm going to say this, guys. I had a good time last night. Somewhat. Right? I'm going to say that. And I'm going to let Dice get in here because I watch wrestling a certain way. I have a certain pair of lenses on. And for all you non-believers, because you're not woke enough to understand what Mike Knoxxx be saying is truly so hardcore that my opinion seems fact, but it's just my opinion, you will understand when I say, I don't give a damn how many of these motherfuckers I know by their name. That does not mean I understand their character or their story. Okay? So when AEW fans who love this pay-per-view, and a lot did not like some of the endings in the matches, by the way, okay, which I don't get. It's supposed to be, and it wasn't even mixed. It was kind of lopsided towards AEW. Good time last night, Dice. We're going to talk about the matches. But just before we get into the match, just your thought of the pay-per-view. That's my overall general consensus of how I thought about Forbidden Door. Like, good show, entertained, but it's just good wrestling. Okay? And I say that to say, as any Hall of Famer that I'm going to take one of Dice's lines, your mama's favorite daddy and your uncle's favorite cousin, okay? Whoever, what you get when you're done wrestling. You got to put butts in the seats, Dice. You got to cater. And I you know what you have me do today, Dice? Because you do it all the time. And you mention it every week. I listen to the friends over at Busted Open Radio. Right? And the guy, I caught this a little bit because, I get annoyed. I caught the guy who called in and said his kid went crazy when he saw the secret match happen and this guy shows up. What kid is going crazy over Claudio? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And it wasn't even cold that night. said, what? But I like Bully's response, who typically I don't agree with Bully response. But when it comes to business, though, I always agree with Bully because Billy knows the business. His opinion about what he likes, what he doesn't like, that's okay. But when you talk business, you got to talk factuals, people. Don't get mad at me because you don't like my opinion. I don't get mad at you. Your opinion is your opinion. You want a show? Matter of fact, we have a forbidden door today on this show. You want in? Comment below and we'll put you in. But don't be coming in because this is the barbershop. And whatever happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop. We talk about whoever and whatever. However we want to in the barbershop.
Because I'm just letting you know that when you come for this daggone title and Shang Tsung, he shows up and he takes your soul, I want you to remember two things. One thing for sure, two things for certain. That one, you got out debated by the Almighty. And two, please like, share, and subscribe.
Boom!
Please continue to listen.
Now, your thoughts are over all night because I'm gonna keep going because I have a ball of emotions. I'm gonna drink my.
You know what? As a pro wrestling fan, so let me specify that first.
And your comments is coming.
I am a pro wrestling fan.
Thank you.
So and there's many. There's so many people that I get messages or posts and they tell me that I am a WWE enthusiast.
I hate that shit.
Meet
me outside with that shit.
If that's the main thing that has the product that is mainstream, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's what I grew up on. However, there are also different avenues to get my fix, right? I've come on here multiple times and talk about Ring of Honor, and Impact. Come on, so to say that I am on the side of WWE, that's just not true. Because at one point in time, I would die on a cliff and tell you that TNA had the best action.
He would, and if I wasn't afraid to get blocked off again, I would tell you to kiss my ass and show you my ass, not you, like you.
So this pay-per-view was some mid. It was okay. It was good. It was a good attempt.
I preferred the BET Awards, and you didn't like the theater.
I didn't like neither of them.
And I haven't watched the BET Awards. Dice, I didn't even interrupt your moment, but you're with me in the party. I literally put on the BET Awards during this pay-per-view. Did I not?
You did. It made me put this shit on.
It made you put this shit on.
But it's a good attempt, right? But the same could go for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. If they say, if Roman's not there, why do we care? If Punk's not there, why do we care? If Bryan's not there, why do we care? Your two biggest draws weren't there, so why should we have cared? Is Moxley enough to pull that draw?
Yes.
Is Tanahashi enough to pull that draw?
I don't know who that is.
That's the problem with this. That's the problem that I've always had with.
But it was great wrestling, Dice.
But truthfully, this pay-per-view was Forbidden Door 2. Let's not forget about the partnership that AEW had with Impact.
Okay.
Let's please not forget that.
Did they have a pay-per-view?
So we went down. We went down. I don't think they had a pay-per-view, but they had pay-per-view matches on each other's pay-per-view. Therefore, this is Forbidden Door 1.5, 2.0. So let's not forget, let's not act like this is the first time thing that AEW has done. I don't understand why some people really just forget about 1.5 to 2.0.
Have the insights to do it.
Sorry, Brett, I love you. Go ahead.
But it's at this point in time, and I went back and watched it today while I was at work, just to make sure that I wasn't just shooting from the hip. Because sometimes I just
we had to. Because some of you people out there, like other alternative ways of watching, was kind of difficult. But I did come through. So go ahead.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. What up, nephew?
There was action, but the problem that I've had with this complete storyline thing is, one, you could have done it like an invasion, because everybody likes an invasion angle.
I love an invasion.
Everybody likes an invasion.
I love
angle.
an invasion. Cobra!
Two, you didn't give me a reason to care about New Japan Pro Wrestling, which has been my problem with them. I have to have a reason to care why you guys are saying Will Ospreay is the guy. I have to care why you guys say that Jay Switchblade White is the guy.
He is the guy.
That little snippet that I got from them for 3 weeks didn't show me anything. It didn't show me much.
I got they back.
I got they back
today. Will Ospreay and White is the man's. Nim. They're the man's. They're the man's. Too early to walk off. All right, I'm gonna say that. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, let's get to the comments first. All right, let's get the comments first before we get into my man George always coming in. I wasn't a fan of New Japan Wrestling. Okay. George, again, these matches for AEW Forbidden Door were okay, but nothing just to jump off my seat. I think, we get into that. You trying to get me a little early. What's this one, Dice? I can get my damn glass.
Patrick Nelson says, I'm a WWE loyalist since 99. I critique them a lot for the outrageous decision. One thing that is annoying is when some AEW fans bash WWE. I'm like, let people enjoy what they like. I started to watch AEW going on a year and a half. This is the thing. People act like they wasn't watching WWE. Stop it. You're not telling me before AEW, y'all was out there flopping on the Impact dick. You're not going to tell me that.
That's a flaccid penis. Not put the word
y'all
flaccid.
Not going to tell me that. Y'all not going to tell me that.
Flaccid. We're going to not say flaccid again.
Y'all
What's
not
going
going
on,
to tell me.
What's going on? Scott Thomas live.
For Forbidden Door, and for the majority of which I'm seeing, it was like I said, it was a great attempt. It was a great attempt.
Did you turn this off?
Oh,
you think you turned this off already?
Yeah, he probably already turned this off.
Comment below. I told you I like the show. I told you I like the show.
It wasn't bad. It was for a good. If I just randomly turned on the Twitch channel that had all wrestling, right, and I seen that on, I'm like, cool. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's nice to supply my pro wrestling fix. So therefore,
on the side,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a side bitch. It's a side bitch.
Yeah, that's it. But let's go ahead and get into these matches because we got a big show. We got a really big show right now.
We do got a big show. We've been talking too damn much. We talk a lot. So
You're fired.
What? You say he ain't got no money. He ain't pushing no tickets. I almost said it. You almost got me. I've been drinking. I'm starting from the. Listen, we're gonna go in. All right, it's their pay-per-view. I'm gonna give them their credit. John Moxley is the man versus Tanahashi.
Bars.
What's going on, real bars? Bars. Okay, my man Moxley
is going to be on the show
too. Sweet, my man Moxley. I think he is the guy for the company. I say that we're going to talk about their new faction member who came out, and Claudio. Okay, you said it. I heard you, but I wasn't kind of into it. So when I saw the imagery of it, I said that is arguably the greatest, best wrestling faction in all of wrestling, and I would venture to put them against any other faction. And
if we talking
anybody,
if we talking pure wrestling, that is the best faction. We're not talking about bloodline, like bloodline to this.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
You don't even have Daniels is out right now. So
yeah,
like that's a badass picture right here. I had to share that. Okay, these boys. Last night, I'm sorry. I think Moxley is going. This tells. I ain't gonna lie. This photo op.
I'm not saying.
Any rumor that he leaves and goes to WWE to me.
I'm not saying Moxley isn't the guy, but think about how long they had to build him up. They only had 2 weeks. So now, if he had, if somebody didn't get hurt, and then Moxley won the belt off of him cleanly, and then you had a month-long build to the road to Tanahashi, I'm all for it. Moxley is the guy, 100%. Because he said he was headhunting New Japan, and which he really was. He's taking out everybody that he faced.
But wrestling right now is like any professional. This is the worst wrestling has ever been injured. Think about from top to bottom, the stars, the people we thought would be good. Look at Rhea Ripley. Like people are just getting injured right now.
Ripley that's a non-wrestling injury.
Okay, but it don't matter. She's off TV because of it with brain surgery. So an injury is an injury. That's how I view it, right? So it's not there. You know what I mean? So
you said that woman got brain surgery?
Yeah, her teeth messed with it so bad it went into she had to have brain surgery, bro. Don't you read that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
she must have been.
That's your girl. So,
only on Instagram.
Only on Instagram. At the end of the year, AJ Styles will have wrestled as many matches with WWE as he has wrestled with TNA. I like when y'all come up with those stats. Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
I saw it today, and I wanted to put it in the chat. I wanted to put it in the chat, but I was like, you know what? AJ he's not conversational.
You know what that means, though? That means is he the anti-Kurt Angle? I will arguably say yes. Kurt should have never left WWE, but when he did, TNA, he's more of a TNA guy than me than WWE guy.
Yeah.
Because of how long he spent there. But back to AEW. So, what you think about the match? I thought the match was really good. I just think Moxley he just wants to bleed all the time for no reason. He just wants to freaking bleed. I'm a bleed.
For me, knowing how much Moxley has been headhunting the heavy hitters of New Japan Pro Wrestling, I thought this was match of the night because of the emotion in it. I thought it actually told a clear-cut story as opposed to maybe the only other match that I thought made
don't go there yet. Well, you can go there.
Story-wise, would be Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Suzuki. Versus...
I have a problem though with your reason why you think this was match of the night.
But again, I'm looking for the story, right? I need.
Well, you just said didn't have enough time for the story.
Okay, so could you tell me? I know that you said match of the night was for you.
Yeah, which was actually that's arguably like 80% of the people thought that Will Ospreay and this guy, Orange Juice Jones, was the match of the night. Okay.
Now anybody in the chat, could you, if you watch wrestling for the storyline in the ring, not what they're telling you outside the ropes, not what the commentary team is, could you tell me what the story in that was? I know the difference between. That's why wrestling storyline in general, what makes the wrestling in the ring matter, how they produce the match and even put the match on, has to. It's like butter and strawberry and jelly or peanut butter and jelly or whatever reference put together. You gotta have. If you have that, I'm just saying no. Your opinion is your opinion, but I picked on the part of you saying. But what is the story that you saw? What is the story that you interpreted in the ring between these two guys? Yes. I saw two young dudes trying to show the world that they're that damn good and that they're here to be the next thing and that they are respectively in their own federation, that guy and that next coming up guy. And I saw a crowd screaming for this match. I heard a crowd screaming for Orange Cassidy. You're taking a guy like me who could not stand a corny mother. Boop! If I don't get to understand, then when I first saw Orange Cassidy, I thought this was corny, his hands and his feet and his pocket with the kick, and they became kind of cool. And yes, sometimes, like when you go back and you watch 42 and that little kid, I'll always point that out. When someone starts to like things, unfortunately, unlike, and a lot of times I do this because I'm a hater too. I'm your fan's favorite fan, your hater's favorite hater. But I started to see, okay, that is pretty cool how he does that. And okay, because wrestling storyline, wrestling is a character. You have to have a character. And I love Orange Cassidy's character. And him and Will Ospreay, you heard that name. Again, not like other guys of that name. His name's easy for me to understand. Will Ospreay. So I choose to like his name over something like, a Tanahashi because I can hear him speak English. So I've been knowing about Will Ospreay like I did about Prince Devitt being, Finn Balor coming over. I follow those kind of guys. Those guys, that match, that was incredible. It was literally, and like you said, I watched it again today too. It was literally off the charts. Like action and storyline of who they were meeting each other. With I enjoyed it. If you don't, I get it. But I mean, it's a matter of opinion. But don't neglect the fact that you feel that there was no storyline short in the ring because it didn't. Remember, I'm the guy, right? And in this one, I'm with the majority. I'm the minority when I tell you I loved Ronda Rousey and the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. So I know what a storyline is. I'm an OG to this wrestling shit. Okay. So respect the OG. I can't. For me personally, I can't. After watching it, if y'all telling me that he's the guy
Who's
and
the guy?
he
Will
that Will Ospreay
You just don't
is
like
the
him.
guy.
I don't like Kenny Omega. It's okay.
No,
Just
hold on.
admit it.
Time out. The floor is mine, brother. If y'all telling me that Will Ospreay is the guy, he's the face of professional wrestling and da. I just saw him go barely escaping a mid-card indie darling in Orange Cassidy. This is what I watched. I watched him face a mid-card indie darling and barely escaped. But I feel like at that point in time, the way the match card was going, you had to give New Japan some kind of victory. You had to give him some kind of victory. So I felt like at that point in time, it's not going to hurt Cassidy. It's not going to hurt Cassidy, but it'll hurt Will Ospreay. But I thought that for what it was worth, watching that match, I thought that Orange Cassidy should have won. I thought that he out-wrestled Will Ospreay.
I just
felt like
him.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, if it was a WWE ring, he would have won the match because he outperformed him. He out-wrestled him. So
it was WWE. You wouldn't even probably see Will Ospreay. You would see Orange Cassidy one day in WWE. Honestly, I'm watching this match and I'm saying they both will be there. They're both so young.
It was good. I give it 3 out of 5 stars, but I'm not putting it up there as a
3 out of 5. Y'all talking about
a half. I'll give it a half. I didn't think wrestling-wise, I didn't think it was better than Claudio and Zack Sabre Jr.
One without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
I knew he was going to do that.
I'm just saying because the Dave Meltzer fans will tell you it's a 10-star match in a mid-card position.
Well, he said it like about 3 weeks, and there it is. Hey, Dave Meltzer, if you gave this, I'm sorry, if he gave this 6 stars or 10 stars, I would give it that. Yo, this match was fucking awesome, yo. But still, fuck you, Dave.
Oh, yeah, no, hell yeah. Fuck, yeah, you know what? Fuck Dave Meltzer because it was 9:30. Dave Meltzer decided to leak the fucking shit.
What shit?
Claudio is backstage. He's the next member.
Shit.
Like, you didn't have to fucking do that, you piece of shit. Up until that point, nobody fucking knew. They suspected, and what you're supposed to have, suspense. It could have been Johnny Gargano, and which I wish it was fucking Johnny Gargano. Yeah. So Dave Meltzer would be wrong once a fucking again. But it's been confirmed. He spotted. Man, fuck you, because that wasn't needed. That wasn't needed for the people that was already in the crowd. All they had to do is literally look at their phone and see that Dave Meltzer had already given the information. So before he came out, they was already chanting his fucking name.
They were. I mean, like it did kill the suspense.
I like to be surprised.
But you know what? But that's why I stayed away from anything. And Sundays is my, that's my day to just ignore the world. You know what I mean? So for me, I ignored the world. I didn't see that. So for me, I was shocked, and we'll talk about that right now since you brought that up next. And that is we were running. Oh, who's going to be the surprise opponent? Who's the mystery opponent? Well, damn it, we know. Shit, we already talked about it. Why would I put that up? It's this guy. I'm going to call him Cesaro. You know why? Because his master named him Cesaro. How about that? Okay. I'm lying. I think that's stupid. Okay. Shout out to my man KME who was like, he dropped his slave name. I don't understand that logic or that concept. So Cena's got a slave name. The Rock has a slave name. Like, come on, man. It's come on. I get it, but I
thought this was the best wrestling match of the night. Right next to
what?
Yeah. I mean, from a technical standpoint,
now you say
no.
Okay.
I said Moxley was the second best. I thought this was the best from a wrestling standpoint, but from the storyline standpoint, I thought that Moxley and Tanahashi had the best overall. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it from different perspectives, and I'm looking at the story that they're telling me in the ring, and I'm looking at the action that they're giving me.
You asked me the same ass question that I answered. Fucking superb. What was the story in this match?
In that match,
and
it's
I'm
easy.
You a damn question.
It's very easy. Okay, so Bryan Danielson. What did I say that right? I always get this shit mixed up. Yeah, Bryan Danielson. He explained that the reason why him and Zack Sabre Jr. was going at it is because when Zack Sabre Jr. was coming up in the Indies, Daniel Bryan was the guy.
I didn't ask you that. Now you're fucking cheating.
Hold on.
Fuck no. I asked it yours the right way. I said, what's the story in the motherfucking ring?
The story is that he's taking his place as one of the best technical wrestlers. That they're hell. They're
So in this match, they showed me that he's the best technical wrestler. In this match, they're
telling you, if you're talking about technical wrestlers, they're talking about Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson.
Okay, so
is Bryan Danielson not a fucking technical magician in the ring? Right? Okay, so that is the story. That's the overall story. And what did Bryan Danielson tell us? He gets somebody who's just as good as him in that ring. And who better than Cesaro that was on the open market?
That's my point. You're telling me why it was good because of the storyline standpoint of the match.
That's the story being told.
Right, no, but I actually know. First of all, you know
the story in the ring is anything you can do, I can do better.
And so you're telling me, all right, so in the ring, at what point did they outshine one another? At what point, I'm sorry, wrong picture. At what point in this match, and I wish we had them both up at this point, okay, did Zack Sabre and Carlito, extra fans, I'm gonna call him Cesaro forever. Okay, tell me, I'm being honest here. I enjoyed the match, 100%. I did, but I need you to understand something. When wrestling, you're saying there's a storyline in and out the ring, and the storyline in this match was that the storyline came into the ring. That means they would have to have said, "Don't pull out the title, dog, because I would make yours look puny." So don't pull out like the big champ is here. Don't try to pull your penis out like you Zack Snyder.
You're trying to make it very minuscule.
You came up with the belt like I'm gonna show this guy why I'm the champ. Like I'm the champ. Please don't make me pull out my closet. Okay? I felt offended right there. I felt you came at me, bro. You came at me, bro.
You should.
Okay, then I said, so I'm asking you in this match, where did they outshine each other where the match showed? Not that it wasn't a good match. I'm not denying. Nothing about the match was good. You're telling me the storyline in this match was that I'm the best and you're the best. Because I didn't see that. That comes with big false finishes. That comes with big moments and spots. This match has 3 big spots.
Oh, and 2 of them came by Cesaro. You mean the same fall finishes that you actually hate?
I do. I hate them in the past. I'm not denying that. Never have I denied that. Walk away. You know why you walk away this time, y'all? Because you're fucking wrong, Dice. You're wrong. Hello,
this man will sit up here and tell you, man, I hate all these false finishes.
I do.
But now you're telling me the great story between 2 technical wrestlers is the fact that they need false finishes?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Make it make sense.
Making it make sense is what I'm asking you, but you still have not done. So
I just told you it's a very point A, point B.
Well, I can go to point A, B, C, D, E, and F and go backwards with this.
It's not that many. It's clear cut. It's 2 boxers. You're either going to knock the fuck out or you're going to score.
Whoa. Jason.
I'm not doing that. I'm not reading that. I don't know why you just insulted Bryan Danielson like that. I can't believe that you did that.
I just read it. Okay. That's all right. WWE was much of a secret as Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE. Because there were rumors, Derek, that he was going back to WWE. So there were that. That's why personally I don't believe in hashtag dip the dirt sheets. I'm saying every day, every week, every day. Fuck them. Okay. But that's why I hate that. Oh yeah. Okay. There it is. Okay.
Moving on. Well, we got next for the card. We have the Mid-Atlantic. Some good action.
Go there. Yeah. Boom. Boy, listen. That's my second favorite match of the night, and not because my guy won.
It definitely was the most hard hitting, the most action packed.
It was crazy.
It's on tie for me for action with the triple threat tag match. I thought that was really, really good.
Okay, so you're talking about this match here that took on Miro. Yes. I thought Miro was going to win this.
I did too.
I'm glad Pac won. You know, I'm a Pac guy. Both those are 2 of my guys. But you love this match as well, which tomorrow, make sure you go to Coley's Corner on Instagram, King Coley's page, as I will be on there as he discusses FTR win this match. He compares them to the Dudleys as far as the titles are concerned at one time, holding them all. Very interesting in his thoughts about that. But FTR wins his match. You know, I'm a big FTR fan. I will always compare them to Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. They added Tully Blanchard that heightened it for me. I love them to a core. They're literally next to the Usos. I'm being honest. They're probably my second favorite tag team. Not that I think they're better than, because right now New Day is kind of stale. So I'm going to put them there. I'm going to go Usos and I'm going to go FTR for me. Okay, it's my second favorite tag team right now. Love those guys.
They've definitely hit their stride. And I was not a FTR revival guy. It took me a while which is really surprising to me because I am definitely old school, hard hitting. I'm Steiner's Harlem Heat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that. That's my old school. Okay. And they remind me of that. They have really good psychology. They definitely remind me of a Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart. You know what I'm saying? In the ring.
Insert any damn old tag team that plays like a tag team. They're there.
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
They're there.
So if you want to talk about them knowing where each other are in the ring, outside the ring, they have the ring presence of today's guys, which is the Usos, the Bucks, the Briscoes, the Good Brothers, Pentagon and Phoenix. So I think that,
and I love those brothers.
They definitely are. I would probably agree. They're definitely top two, one or two. And it depends on what you're looking for in your tag team.
There it is. Way to keep it PC. Okay. Way to keep it PC. We had this. Listen, man.
Oh God. This is the match that pissed me off. This is the match that pissed me off. Can I take the floor for a minute?
Yeah, first of all, talk about your guy though.
First of all, my guy. Anybody knows me. If y'all been watching this for a year now since I've been on here, Sting is my guy. He is my GOAT, my favorite of all time. You can't convince me otherwise. I don't give a damn who you talk about. Sting is my guy. That man took a 15 to 20 foot dive like he was still Surfer Sting, and the shit looked good. Damn it. But my problem with this match was this was a comic fest. It was a comic fest. Listen, super kicks were everywhere. They weren't believable. You could see the Bucks were telling people where to go, where to be. I didn't like that part. If you're going to tell somebody, make it kind of, you know what I'm saying, like kind of high when you tell them.
Were they counting their steps?
They were counting their steps. At one point, Nick told Sting, after Sting threw him in the ring, he said, go in the ring, get back in the ring. Okay, I don't mind that. If you're going to do that, cool. But the fact that he told him to do that just so he can get back in the ring and pinch homeboy's nipples and we hit him with a crotch shot? Like, I didn't like the comedy in it. The only thing that I did like.
Getting pinched, though. Don't make fun of people like
it. Weird. It was weird to me. It was so, like, why would you try to do that to Sting? But then when Sting took double super kicks to the face and act like he was about to sell it and then pop right back up, I thought it was genius. It was very funny because Sting almost never sells somebody's whatever's getting over. Sting with no selling.
That's not surprising.
But geez, you don't.
I don't think it's surprising though. I don't think it's surprising though.
It's not. But he can't out wrestle Sting, so that's neither here nor there. Anyway, the match was. I guess this is one of the fun matches. If you want to say, like, it wasn't a serious match, but it was action. But I think it was 100%. Too much comedy. It was way too much.
But wrestling does that from time to time. I think the problem with you wasn't because it had Sting in it. I think because it had Sting in it.
They will bitch about WWE doing funny stuff, but then they literally, the dude went to grab Sting's nipples, and the whole crowd was like, "Oh, like, this is what y'all busting nuts over? This is New Japan, and y'all busting over this. This is what they do. This is really, bro. This is what y'all doing over there. This is what y'all doing over there. Y'all out here grabbing dicks and pitching nips.
It's not what y'all doing.
Y'all
you put it that way.
Dicks and pitching nips. That's what y'all doing.
That makes it sound really bad.
Their feet.
Some of them might want their balls grabbed, Dice. You ever think of that? I'm just saying.
Y'all
I'm not the type. My nipples, maybe not by a guy, but just saying. You know, but that's So I think it had your boy Sting in it. All right.
No, even if it did have Sting in it, it was just too much comedy for me.
Hey, let's take a commercial break, man. Let's go ahead and pay some bills.
I said that 10 minutes ago.
Okay. I didn't. Well, shit. Well, we'll be right back, y'all. Just say it. What do we want to do? I didn't see it.
Previously on Perfect Plex.
Last week's show, we had no interest in this match.
No, we didn't.
We had no interest in this match, and I feel so bad because I'm not a Serena fan, but I know that she can go. I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa. Please, just lock the doors.
Good shit. JR be just making up shit and lying.
He do be fucking lying.
He be lying. He said, this is the greatest match. This is the greatest pay-per-view I've ever called.
You lying.
You called Rock in Austin. 17.
Take
double or nothing.
HBK Hell in a Cell.
Hold on, I'm doing one of your numbers. Fuck that. I gotta stand up. Are you serious, JR? Are you serious, bro? Ass, JR, stop the bullshit. This ain't. Oh, shit. All right, I don't know what happened there, but we are back. We'll be right back. Yeah. Well, we're here. So, hey, let's get through this, man. Thunder Rosa under a lot of scrutiny this past week.
Rightfully so.
And rightfully so, what you've called out several weeks ago. Let's listen, people, dirt sheets. As I told you, we're smart enough.
Y'all don't need the dirt sheet. All you need to do is follow your boy. The Z is solid. I got all the information you need. I promise you. I got like a 90% accurate rating. I'm pretty sure a 90%. I'm not even lying when I tell you that. I'm not lying when I tell you. I got like a 90% accurate rate.
First of all, why you capping? Man, that shit like 97.
Oh, God damn, I'm straight.
Because I'm 97.9. Okay. So. All right, listen. So we got that match at the way. FTR wins.
I thought Toni Storm was going to win, honestly.
I did think Toni Storm was going to win. I think
she wrestled her ass off. And I felt like
too soon.
Too soon. Yeah. Had she, I guess, had Thunder Rosa not been under scrutiny, Toni Storm would have won. I think they did this to kind of prove a point. Like, if you fuck up this match, the next title defense, you're gone.
You're gone.
And Thunder wrestled. Thunder had wrestled a really good match. I thought probably her best.
She almost hurt her. She almost
did.
When she jumped on her head. Okay, this again lends to what the heck she's
highlight for me. Toni Storm smacked her own ass. Oh my! I should have. I wanted to get a clip.
Now, your boy Jericho, Cavaro, Eddie Kingston, Willer, and them. Let's talk about that match, my guy.
That's how you start off a pay-per-view. Like, this was very reminiscent of WrestleMania when it was Drew versus Bobby. Hard-hitting, nonstop action. It's definitely a story being told, and I know what it is. I can see that probably the highlight was Kingston taking those chops from Suzuki. Like, that was crazy. But
personally,
but
I hated that part. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
He was terrible at giving those shots off. But shout out to Suzuki for actually selling it, because them chops was ass.
I hate it. I was like, I love Kingston. Kingston's a pipe bomber.
That's a Japanese tradition, though.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm not.
Well, in that aspect, Suzuki is a striker.
No, I get it. I'm not. No, I wouldn't say I didn't like it because of what they did. I didn't like the way that Kingston did it. It just didn't. It was whack.
Yeah, his shit was whack.
And I like Kingston. I just thought it didn't work for me in that match. But it was a great match. You know what I'm saying? And right people won, in my opinion. Jericho and them should have won that match.
Shout out to you because you stole that meme from my page.
The no blackness on the show was a problem.
Show.
All right. Tony Khan still not to get his blackness together. Where are the black people of people of color on your program there, Mr. Tony Khan? I asked you that. Where is it at? Because you don't seem to know anything, Tony.
I want you to fire me, you fucking mark.
Just saying. Okay, Tony.
Which I said that before MJF did, but hey, who am I? This little guy.
Corrupt motherfucker, do or die. Who gives a fuck? And Tony's too busy right now, yet again, sucking on some WWE wrestlers. That's what Tony's doing right now. He's taking them to the prom and he's crying. Listen, I want to talk about this, all right? And we're going to get this last match, which I thought was completely really good and great. And my third favorite match of the night was, which to me should have probably been the main event, honestly, other than it was an AEW title.
Kyrie Irving is staying with the Nets. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, well, we knew that. Jay White, Hangman Page, Okada, and Adam Cole, baby.
This is I thought
Page should have won.
I thought
Page should have been in the main event with Moxley and not It should have been Hangman Page and Moxley spot. And this should have been where Moxley should have been, in my opinion, because Moxley has everything that's going on with New Japan and he's going to run that gauntlet. It'd have been run better if he was in this match. You know what I mean? With those two guys from AEW, but that's neither here or there. That's just how I would have booked it. I'm not the booker, but I love Jay White. I think he looked great with that title. Him and the Bullet Club. I'm a fan of Jay White. 100%. I'm a fan of literally every guy in this match. I have nothing wrong with none of them. None of Okada,
okay.
None of them.
Okay, so this match was underwhelming.
Absolutely.
It's Adam Cole's fault. Adam Cole, this is your fault. This is your doing.
Pray tell.
This is your doing. And too sweet, 2 words for you. Y'all need to leave Booker T the fuck alone. Because he told you that man need to put on some muscle. He needs some milk. The man got injured again. He got injured. He got concussed halfway through the match. Now he's out. The boy got more injuries than a football team. Something is wrong. He needs muscle. It's not body shaming. He's literally, as a veteran in the business, he's literally just giving him advice. Pack on some muscle. Protect your bones. Like, what? I don't understand why is that's body shaming. So now Booker T looks like, hey, I told you so. But his performance in that match.
You said that's body shaming.
Yeah, it was so many wrestlers that was coming to his defense. Eddie Kingston was one of them. And it was like, he's not, Booker T didn't say anything about his body. He was just telling him to protect yourself, you should put on some more muscle. That's it. I don't like these wrestlers today get so butthurt about a veteran giving them advice that they don't take heed to it. And then when they give them the advice, they don't take it. And then they're like, oh, see, I told you so. I told you, dumbass. You should have put on some muscle. Now look at you on the sidelines some more. But I will say this. I'm not going to call Jay White the guy, but I can see why a lot of people love him. I like what I saw. That doesn't mean I like him as a wrestler, but I like what I saw, and I'll back off of him. But Will Ospreay, you still in my goddamn sights, boy. You still in my fucking sights.
Okay. All right. Eddie Kingston is a huge fan of, okay, but he'd rather have pork chops than knife's edge chops. Yeah. And that's my problem. When he asked Dice again, well, I have to ask him, he's here. As soon as he took down the strap, I said, oh, God. I said, oh, God. I can't stand it, yo. And I love Kingston. 100%. I think Kingston is literally one of the best guys on the microphone in the history of the business. I'm not even lying to you. I think he is that damn gold on the microphone. You know what? Although it wouldn't work in every promotion. Okay? It
wouldn't. And that's why AEW, when they have guys that shoot from the hip, that give you pretty much their real personality on that microphone, it works for a lot of good people on the microphone. I think that Daniel Bryan has always been a good talker, but his last couple of promos, phenomenal. We already know what Jericho could do. Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Swerve. Well, Swerve, yes, but Keith Lee, no. I saw something. I just want to bring this up. There was criticism that I saw from what up, bad guy. Keith Lee was told to lose weight, but he got to the main roster. He got offended.
Well, I told you,
a guy like Walter was told to lose weight. He did it. He looks phenomenal. He now he's got to push. So does Keith Lee have Keith Lee to blame, or was it a WWE dropping the ball?
No, I've said this to you privately, and I'm surprised you brought that here. But I blame Keith Lee. I blame Keith Lee, 100%. But my problem with AEW last night, all right, as we move on, guys, big show today, Cena, PIPEBOMB, 316. My problem with Tony Khan is, yet again, he shows nothing but love for the WWE. And that's 100% my problem with the company, is that this ended your show. I see 3 guys that are going to be forever synonymous with the WWE. And then you look at why MJF is not on this card and why they are having all those storyline driven. All right. But real story, there's a real problem right now between the two. Okay. and it should be Tony Storm coming in. You name it. Cesaro coming over. Say his name so I can get it. I just can't. Claudio. Okay, and for the slave master's name, there's Claudio and there's Cesaro. Cesaro's way more marketable, by the way.
Cesaro's definitely way more marketable, and this was leading back to the show 2 weeks ago.
Cesaro, that is.
Well, 2 weeks ago when I said, would you rather have Paige or do you want Saraya?
And we said that, and I said it has to be Paige.
It has to be. I mean, Saraya's a really cute name, but
I love it. It's a very beautiful name. But this right here, they need to just fix that stuff, Dice. They need to.
If the problem, anybody that was in,
he's going to be on Dark soon. No, he's going to be on. They have too many fucking people. And I get it. Like, take the paycheck.
They're going to have to move Rampage in 2 hours. They're going to have to move Rampage in 2 hours. They're going to have to.
Not just that. I want fans to just. Everybody gets so excited, Dice. They get so like, where's this? I know
where's the homegrown talent?
I know you. Thank you. Where's the home? I know you. Thank you.
Because if those guys decide they don't like the way that Tony Khan does business and they walk out of their contracts and they say that they're done, let's think about it here. Bryan Danielson, Ruby Soho, Tony Storm, Jon Moxley, William Regal, and Antonio Cesaro. Who else we got? Keith Lee, Swerve. If they all have been in that big machine and they realize FTR, it's not. I think that FTR is in a really good place and they really like where they're at.
I'm just saying
because they threw a shot at WWE last night after they won, and he said 3 years ago I was shaving this guy's back.
Yeah,
in a segment in which they showed a picture of Jay laughing at him on the other side of the wall, in which also, Athena also. So I mean, I think that she'll stay for a while because she hasn't had anything popping right now. So she'll be in good graces.
That's where, and I'm sorry, Dice. All right,
that's not showing them where they
you had your moment.
That's not showing them where they fucked up, Scott.
I love you. You had your moment.
I didn't have a moment. I wasn't. Oh Lord Jesus!
If anything, it shows that the WWE that they fucked up and dropped the ball with these people. How many Cesaro shows do you have? How many? They have. I have said this repeatedly. Until I see over here a Bray Wyatt, then they've done nothing. Moxley was big. Okay. That's it.
That's the biggest.
Jericho doesn't count.
That's the biggest.
Jericho was already Jericho.
He was already
Cody
gone.
Was big too, but he's gone back. So when you sit here and tell me that you love this, here's the thing, and this is the facts. This is like heroin in your arm for smackheads that can't get it, and for those who ain't never had no woman in their life who can't understand it. Okay, that's how simple that it really is.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you. That's how simple this really is. You have hatred in your heart so much, and I'm not talking about Scott individually. I'm talking about the fan base.
Love you, Scott. Love you, brother.
Love you. I do. And I respect your opinion. I just think you're a little misguided. And I'm going to explain you to my opinion why. And I appreciate you
real quick, before you go in, real quick. Do you guys know how long it took Mark Henry to win the World Heavyweight Championship?
It took
20. It took him more. No, it took him
longer
than that. More than like 15 years.
But I also don't think that at one point Mark Henry, until that moment, should have been champion. And but the one time he got hurt. He got hurt.
And that's the point. And that's my point. Sometimes the timing is not right for people. Sometimes it's not right for people. It took AJ Styles almost 10 years to get it.
So
go ahead.
You sit here and you guys hate that product. I get it. I get being hurt by the WWE. I promise you I do.
He still hates Kofi Kingston losing to Brock Lesnar and
they have never
13,
ever
19.
They have never ever. I do not love them anymore. I have not loved them since that moment with Kofi Kingston. True talk. I have not loved that company. I watch wrestling. I watch wrestling to watch wrestling.
To the day
and I say
that
to say, but you guys hate them so much that anything works on the other side. And that's the problem, because he's going to keep doing this. And where are they going to go? All these other guys that you like because these guys didn't get chances, These guys, there's too many fucking people and not enough time. You can't, it's not entertaining to go 3 weeks, 2 weeks without people. Don't sit here and tell me you're watching Rampage and Dark and you're not watching all them shits. You may catch all them shits, but you're not watching all this shit as they debut. You're not. I'm happy for Cesaro. I'm happy for him to go get his bag. Get the bag. But like Chris Brown said in the song, you fucking up the bag and you fucking up friends.
But to build on your point before we go into the next segment, all of these guys outside of these guys that have came from WWE to AEW, at what point outside of Moxley and Danielson were you guys saying he's the guy? He can sell T-shirts. He can talk. He has the total package.
Cesaro. People wanted Cesaro. They did. I give it.
Those matches with Cena. Yes, we all thought that. I remember that very clearly, very vividly. We thought Cesaro was on the brink.
We thought
right,
Cesaro.
and all it took was a match with Cena to show you that one, Cena is actually really good wrestler, and two, Cesaro can hold his own against the main eventers of the main eventers. And we thought that it was the problem with Cesaro. He's not marketable and he can't talk. So they paired him with a Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman couldn't even save him.
No, I don't think that was fair. I personally don't think they gave him enough time with Paul Heyman. Personally,
they didn't. Just like they didn't give Curtis Axel enough time.
Yeah, they dropped the ball too fast. Paul Heyman can get anybody over and hit a half the bigger. Vince does have a hard on for whatever it is he has a hard on for, and I can't answer that hard on question because I'm not a man who loves another man. Okay, in other words,
before we go into the next segment, I just want to address you, Scott, really quick. This is what you're dealing with, Scott, when you have to answer to a boardroom, right? You have to answer to a boardroom. You have to answer to being a publicly traded company, right? You have to appease them and what's going to make them money. What you see on this screen in AEW, that's not going to make WWE money because they're in a different tax bracket, right? I can't get mad at somebody who voted for a Trump when all he talking about is money, taxes, money. If what he's speaking is applying to their lifestyle, I can't get mad at them for voting for him because he's talking to their lifestyle. He's talking to their tax bracket.
What is that selling? What is WWE, that selling? What is that selling?
What is that? Yeah, exactly. What is that doing for somebody?
He has to, but even Tony Khan has to answer to board of directors. He has to answer to TNT. He has to answer. Y'all can say this shit all y'all want to that he's making a federation for y'all, but he's not. He is. He's marking out. He's buying. He's acquiring. It's like business. He's a businessman. He's acquiring talent for his company. But is it making AEW better? But not.
if he goes against the next indie darling, whatever guy y'all say is tearing up the market right now, if he goes against them and he tells TNT that I got this new guy, I want to push him to the moon, they're not going to listen. But if he tells him, I got Cesaro from WWE and he's going to come over to here, they will take it and eat that shit up with a silver spoon and fork. And that's the difference. The homegrown talent is now taking a back seat, whether it's Darby Allin, whether it's Hangman Adam Page, whether it's MJF, or whether it's
he's all they got right there. He's not even home.
That's it. And that's a problem. That's the main problem. And you know what a problem that's who doesn't have that problem? WWE, because they can strap it to anybody at any point in time. Look how everybody's eating up Ezekiel. The corniest shit, but everybody's eating it up and they are praising it weekly. Everybody's praising it weekly. Hi, Charmaine. You didn't get it. Okay, there we go. Hi, Charmaine.
There it is. Hey, let's go to commercial break, y'all. We'll be right back. And up next is This Week in Wrestling. Yeah, we got a lot to come.
316 Cena celebration. Stay tuned, y'all. Last half.
Last half, that's for sure. All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von. What The Rock is cooking.
All right, everybody, all right, then. Sorry for the delay, but of course, everybody, this is King Von Jr. And of course, sorry about that. Sorry about the delay. This is King Von Jr. Of course, on behalf of the Victorious Ones podcast, I'm here to bring you your bring you this week in wrestling history. So of course, on June 26, 1976 was Antonio Inoki versus Muhammad Ali in the first ever boxer versus wrestling match, which ended in a 15-round draw. And of course, on June 26, 1990 was when the Road Warriors were repackaged and became the LOD in WWF. June 26, 1992, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers passed away at 71. And also on that same day in Japan, the Steiner brothers defeated Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow to win the IWGP Tag Team titles. In 2000, Mick Foley became the commissioner. In 2005, Batista retained the World Heavyweight Championship. On this day, June 27th, in 1972, the WWF Tag Team Championship changed hands when Professor Tanaka and Mr. Fuji defeated Chief Jay Strongbow and Sonny King. In 1998, RVD and Sabu became the ECW Tag Team Champions. In 1999, Billy Gunn won the King of the Ring by defeating X-Pac. In 2002, of course, we celebrate. Today was 20 years since John Cena's debut. And of course, 2004, the Great American Bash, JBL defeated Eddie Guerrero in a Texas Bull Rope match to win the WWE Championship. And of course, in 2011, on June 27th, was when CM Punk delivered the pipe bomb 11 years ago today. And of course, as far as birthdays this week, wrestling legend Terry Funk turns 78 on June 30th. Cody Rhodes turns 37 on June 30th. WWE Hall of Famer Mike Tyson turns 56 on June 30th. And of course, on July 2nd, the best there is, best there was, best ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart turns 65. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
That's true. Anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment. What's the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, though?
Well, the next thing that happened was Tommaso Ciampa was backstage getting ready for his tag match against the Dirty Dogs, and who we get is the return of the one and only Prince Finn Balor. And when I saw that happen, because I heard tag team, I'm like, okay, who are they going to put Ciampa in a tag team with on Raw? And when I saw Ciampa, I won't lie, I did scream and jump for joy a little bit because I am a big Finn Balor fan.
I think he's definitely transitioned to Raw. There's not much more he can do at NXT, and
there really isn't.
I don't think he really fits now. So he needs to transition to Raw. This is a good way to do it with Finn Balor, with Dolph Ziggler, who seems to be the transition monkey for people who come from NXT. So I'm here for it. I still think that Tommaso Ciampa can't really do much on the main roster, but so far,
One without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that. Too sweet!
And we are back. Dice Man, real fast, man. 11 years today?
11 years, in which I say is the best showing that we have ever seen of this man here. CM Punk, 11 years to the day, the infamous pipe bomb, in which I don't consider it his greatest promo. I would put it up there with Your Arms Are Just Too Short to Box with God versus The Rock, or this is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. However, this was the wheel that got the car moving. And now everybody thinks that they can use the word pipe bomb just because they show a little bit of emotion and something. And CM Punk reflected on this and said that promo obviously goes down in wrestling history. I'm extremely proud of it. It came from the heart. It was 100% real. It wasn't scripted, and that was probably one of the top moments of my career. And where are my ice cream bars? That man still didn't get his WWE ice cream bars, but he gave it to you in AEW. However, I cannot get out my head the scene. Cena just crashed through a table. He's sitting there, and CM Punk just comes out. First of all, we're scratching our head because he has a Stone Cold shirt on, and he sits down, Shaolin Monk Indian style, and he just decides to ramble on for a good 5 to 7 minutes. It was a long promo.
But it's one of my favorite promos. So
it's definitely maybe a top 5 to 7 for me. I would probably have to Google a little bit more to see who else had very emotional. I put it up there with the DX, the inclusion of DX, the reformation of DX after Shawn Michaels left, when X-Pac said, "Hulk Hogan, you suck, pal." Like that was a big thing, but it wasn't that. You look to your blood. I thought that was, you know what I'm saying, that was an amazing promo, and I put it right up there with that. I put it up there with the Cena versus Rock, any one of them where they're just truly speaking from the heart about what they felt about their opponents, right? And that in which his opponent was the actual company. And so I think that in that retrospect, the problem that I have with people calling what MJF did a pipe bomb is I saw somebody chopped it up on Reddit. Word for word, his intro, his main piece, his delivery, his outgoing was very mirror to CM Punk, right? But he wanted to, he led us to believe that he wanted to be different from Punk, but you did the exact same thing that Punk did. You followed the whole shtick, but you wanted to be different. I didn't agree with it, but this will definitely go down when it's all said and done. If this whole world of professional wrestling goes away, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. That day that CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, it will forever be cemented with his legacy. No matter where you place it. No matter where you place it.
I place it.
It's gonna be under a WWE umbrella.
Yeah. It's the top 10 promo of all time. I think you have to give it that. It's a top 10 promo of all time. And here's maybe one day there's a draft idea. We will draft the top 10 promos of all time. Okay.
Before the show ends, I have another one on, and I have to give it to you on air, so you can't tell me you'll think about it. It has to be right then and there. It's great.
Okay. So what else we got going on today?
Also, this marks 26 years since the birth of this. Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." One of the most infamous, probably the greatest stamps to letting you know somebody has turned the page, he has found it, and he is that guy, and he is coming. It kind of kickstarted the Attitude Era for what we know and love it is today, in which the Attitude Era wasn't very long. It wasn't even as long as the Ruthless Aggression Era, in which the Ruthless Aggression Era is so underrated right now. And we have
underrated. I don't know why people. That's the best era of professional wrestling for me. It's my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And in which we have so much stuff today on this show. We can't pay homage to the Ruthless Aggression Era, but it's 20 years to the day where Ruthless Aggression Era had debuted. So maybe next week we can do that, if depending on the week of pro wrestling this week.
Well, we've got to talk about WWE's biggest star of all time. And he comes back tonight, guys.
This man did not just go ahead and sing.
He comes back tonight. He is here, baby. You can't see me. Matter of fact, I got something better for you. You can't see me. John Cena is back tonight. Don't make me pull my championships off the wall, people. The spinners, they're in the house. I got them. You know this. I'm excited about this tonight, Dice, for no other reason that John Cena's coming back. And guess what? I don't care what they're going to do. Okay, he probably gets Roman Reigns. I don't know. I don't care. I don't even know why I'm excited. Truth be told, I'm not really that excited. I just wanted to go ahead and show that I like John Cena. I'm a John Cena fan. And true story, Philadelphia, Money in the Bank. Philadelphia invented the song. John Cena sucks. I'm sorry. Y'all all sing it, but y'all need to know where the origin comes from. Philadelphia, by way of Delaware. Delaware started it first at Buffalo Wild Wings. Took it to Philly. Got happy. God damn, my son's like, Dad, can you please share with Cena for me? Because I built a Cena fan. And this man tonight comes back, guys. I got another wardrobe change. This guy comes back tonight. And I'm excited. Yes, all the Fruity Pebbles, I got them all, Dice. I had all them shirts The Rock was talking about. You saw the family pictures. We all got to see the shirts on, baby. Okay. 26 years of Cena, man. That's all I'm saying.
So-
Like, I mean, not 26 years, but you know what I'm saying. Cena's
20
back.
years.
20 years, man. 20 years of
That's
John
nuts,
Horatio
because we just-
Rodriguez Cena.
That's crazy because we just celebrated 20 years of Orton.
Yeah.
That class has to be the greatest wrestling class, period,
Of all time.
of all the times.
All
Brock, Batista, Orton, Shelton Benjamin, John Cena.
All world champions, but Sheldon Benjamin. That's the same.
But he's probably one of the greatest tag team wrestlers of all time.
I'll give you
So, so we have a draft, right? And
we're talking
of
about
our favorite
this guy. We talk about that guy.
You just
That's all.
completely just okay.
No,
you
I'm
just,
just-
okay, so
we got that in. I
go
wasn't
ahead.
there for a
no,
second. That's
you
all.
you completely just skipped over. But yes, let's go ahead. The birth of the birth of the
Still that picture,
Attitude
see that
Era.
glass and shit. Bam.
The
Dun-dun,
birth
dun-dun,
of the
dun-dun.
Attitude Era was this
I'm not-
kickstarted, in my opinion.
It
You're not
did.
all-
Well, WrestleMania 14 kickstarted, but before then, the storyline that was laid was one of my top 5 WrestleMania matches of all time, him versus Bret Hart. Okay, which the match got him over the top.
The blood dripping down.
Dripping down. That's the match that
one of the
made me-
most iconic images that you'll ever see.
It's one of the matches that made me actually. It's the match that made me a fan of the character. I already knew about Stunning Steve and all that kind of stuff. All right, the Hollywood Blondes. I'm talking about this character, this iteration of, you know, remember talking about how we do the drafts. We should be drafting like, are you drafting Stone Cold Steve Austin? Are you drafting, you know, Lily wearing 316? So that's what's up. Or you know, which also you drafting? You drafting other than all Stone Cold 316? That's just crazy. But just wanted to put some respect to that. But we do have a draft today. And what are we drafting today, Dice Man?
We are drafting our top 10 favorite Cena moments and matches. So there's no right or wrong here because you can't do it.
Mine. We're paying homage, and we're paying homage and respect to John Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady Cena.
However, I want to throw a wrench in whatever it is that you wanted to draft in the position. Let's start from 10 to go to 1. Let's build the suspense.
Okay. I think that's okay. I like that.
Because
I can rock with that.
Okay, so just to go through his accomplishments, right? 2,217 matches, 1,756 wins over 406 losses. He's wrestled in 47 different countries. He's only had 55 draws. His top 3 opponents, in which I didn't know the Big Show was Randy Orton, Edge, Big Show. I didn't know that Big Show he had that many matches with the show. That's crazy. That damn, I really didn't know. His longest match was 55 minutes and 49 seconds versus Shawn Michaels. True story. I hated the fact that Shawn Michaels had 2 first names as a name, so I used to call him Shawn Mitchells. I don't know why, but it stuck with me for so many years. And he had the most matches in a year in 2011 with 202. That is pretty damn impressive for somebody who definitely showed people how to be a professional in the business and not having a wrestling background. He wasn't technically a wrestler. He didn't have a wrestling background, and he took chicken shit and made it a chicken salad year after year after year after year. And I bet you
that's my guy.
I bet you Master Lock is kicking themselves in the ass. Why? Because they did not want John Cena to come to the ring with one of their locks around their neck. Do you know how much money they could have made off of that? So that's why he got rid of the Thugonomics gimmick along with the Master Lock chain.
Well, look at you bringing in wrestling knowledge. Let's go ahead and draft.
All right, so
how we do it.
Number 10.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh shit. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You got it.
That's me. All right. So my number 10. I'm going to go with Cena aligning himself with Crime Time.
You're a sucker for that. Go ahead. Go.
Cena aligning himself and giving Crime Time that rub was really good for their career. However, I just felt like WWE still didn't believe them, even though Cena gave them the rub. They were extremely over at the time. It wasn't nothing that you couldn't. If you got Cena out there with a big pop, you got Crime Time out there with a big ass pop, and they didn't even have the titles. They've never won the titles. And for Cena to give the rub and have Crime Time Cena, which was a very short-lived makeshift group, but I thought it was really good, and it deserves some acknowledgement because that's some of the best pops that I've seen as a wrestling fan, and for that, I believe that it's definitely a top 10 moment, but in this case, it's going to be a top 20 moment because these are 20 moments in matches that we are looking at Cena.
All right, so go ahead. That's your number 10. And it's moments, not just matches. Okay. So for me, my number 10, one of my favorite Cena moments of all time, I speak about this quite often, Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics, and its prime, and its heightened, I won't say it's prime, but in its manifestation, if you will, so to speak, the rap and the graveyard at Taker. 2003, before they go into Vengeance, I believe. You know, I'm not the biggest nerve. I think it's Vengeance. 2003, they go into that pay-per-view, and Cena pisses on the grave, and he's rapping a Taker, and it's just like, I like, how dare you go to the graveyard? Like, I ain't scared of you. I piss on you. I loved it from Cena. That's one of my favorite moments. Number 10 for me, King Vaughn, Cena, Taker, or Cena is going at Taker and the grave.
All right, so this is great. This is funny. So while you're talking, I just had to. It came off the top. Right, number 9 for me, because Cena seemed like such an untouchable person, and he seemed like such a corporate robot. To see him on Total Divas when he had the rules, and every night they had to dress up for dinner, and then after dinner. They had to have, couples time where like the men go with the men, the women go with the women.
Cigars, and
cigar time.
Cigar and brandy time. Whiskey and cigar time. Right.
Looking at
Can't
Cena,
take a duty at a certain time of day. Cannot take a duty. Okay.
And your bed must be made as soon as you get up, and it has to be made until the time you wake up to the time you go back to bed. Looking at Cena in this light seemed like, oh, he's so nice to the kids, and then he does everything for the. In real life, he's an asshole. He's an asshole in his personal life because he likes things. Well, he did,
but he came off like an asshole for sure.
Yes, he came off like an asshole, but his thing was he didn't grow up with a lot of good things. A lot of, you know what I'm saying. So I would say that to give that glimpse into his life, it kind of kickstarted the way that we get all of these other shows. Seeing our favorite wrestlers backstage or at their home life. So to see Cena in that light, I think it's a memorable moment for me personally. It's a memorable moment.
It's fine. I'm a little mad because I remember you used to make fun of me for watching Total Divas. You was like,
I did, and I went back and watched everything.
Okay. Total Divas gave you a lot of storyline. Okay,
it did.
For me, my number 9, right there. Again, 2003, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero, SmackDown. This street fight, this parking lot brawl. I'm sorry, this parking lot brawl was just intense. And they came out like they don't. WWE doesn't do this anymore. And I will always be on the other side of the fan, but to say, well, you got that money because you did these things. You know what I'm saying? It's like I take the joy. To me, Vince McMahon's biggest problem is Vince McMahon, because George Steinbrenner, to me, I hate the New York Yankees, the greatest owner in professional sports history. He didn't care about what those guys did. He's going to pay them to come win a championship. That's your job. These guys are winning championships out here, and you change the format on fans, and that's why you lost a lot of fans. But 2003, my number 9, Cena, Eddie Guerrero, SmackDown, parking lot brawl. What you got?
This is great. I haven't even gotten into matches yet because I'm still on moments. However, I had a moment
and I had a match.
I could not disregard If you know, you know, as Pusha T says.
Okay.
This entrance from the Royal Rumble, I can't remember what year it was.
I hate you.
Where the entrance stage was above the ring in like a T. And it was so high above the crowd. It was something that we never, ever, ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was one of the greatest entrances that was not in a Royal Rumble.
That's when they came out with the
not
DJ.
In a WrestleMania.
That's
I'm sorry.
The DJ, right? That the DJ.
I believe so.
Okay.
It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest entrances that wasn't a WrestleMania, not a Royal Rumble, a WrestleMania match, in my opinion. Because they always hold the really big entrances for WrestleMania, and this is one of the best that I thought that was for a match that wasn't WrestleMania. And I just remember how high he was looking at it, the confetti shooting off, and then the ramp just kind of gradually lifting down so he could just get down and jump. So I thought that was pretty dope. What's that? Number 7.
We're at number 7. No, we're not at 7.
You're
was 8. That was 8. I'm behind you, so this is my 8.
Okay. I'm going
so
7. Okay.
Number 8 for me. Looking for the picture. But you know, guys, I don't remember the year, but Vaughn, that's what Vaughn is here for. I knew what the moment was. I think it's I get the picture. I know you guys are smarter than me when it comes to these kind of things. But it was for me, hands down, the return of John Cena to the Royal Rumble. When he shows up in this moment, the crowd was crazy. He comes through, he's sitting there in his b-boy stance, which I always thought was funny. Like
the
Cena,
best stance I've seen.
Am I right? He just standing there. Only other thing I've ever seen better than that is when I got off LeBron's back when he won his second championship and he got the MVP and the Larry O'Brien trophy. And he gives that shoulder shrug like, what, motherfuckers? That's how I feel about Cena. All that hatred, all that booing. It's how I feel about the same thing with Roman Reigns, how y'all all fans now. Y'all hated Cena. But this day, that was one of the greatest pops I've ever heard in professional wrestling when he came to that crowd. Royal Rumble, whatever year that was, Ron, that's what you're here for. And I love you for it. All right. All right. What you got at number 7 there, Dice Man?
Number 7, one of the funniest segments that I've ever had the chance to witness, but not only the funniest segments, but one of the greatest matches from a rivalry. And it has to do with everybody's favorite knockoff of somebody's entrance music, Kurt Angle. The rap battle / rivalry between Kurt and John when he made the referee, when Kurt Angle made the referee beatbox for him. And he took like 3 bars just to make 1 bar. And not only that, but the match itself between him and John was phenomenal. And this is only, I think, maybe 2 years into John switching the light on and becoming the Doctor of Thugonomics. So I'm believing this is 05.
Okay.
05, maybe 06. Okay. But I think this is definitely up there with, for me personally, it's every time I see it on my Facebook, I have to watch it. It's funny as hell. And just the fact that Kurt Angle kind of steals the show, but just because it involves John Cena, I got to put it up there.
This was amazing. This movie, I'm sorry. This moment was amazing. That's a great moment. Okay. I'm going to go back and piggyback off of, you took it out of here already, so I'm not going to go look for pictures anymore. I'm just going to go through the show. Press for time. Number 7 for me, the Total Divas episode when he made this woman, because you had Total Bellas episode. Mine's a Total Divas episode. And he gave her the prenup by saying to her, he bought her the freaking Range Rover as a hush present. I'm serious, like you say, he's a straight douchebag and everything. And I'm like, damn, John, he don't get her a ring. He get her and then made her sign papers for the car. Cena and John Cena, man. Like, what can I say? That's my number 7. Total Divas. He makes her, he buys her a Range Rover as a hush money for the wedding.
This is great. I'm going to piggyback off of your piggyback, and I'm going to go with another moment from Total Divas. It's the marriage. Oh, look at that.
That was in WrestleMania.
It's the marriage proposal at WrestleMania.
Just keep that right there.
It's the marriage moment from WrestleMania, in which everybody. It's a wholesome moment, and it sucks that they didn't actually go through with it.
Yeah.
But it's one of the most wholesome moments that you could ever, if you knew both of them and you kind of knew the backstage antics of what goes on in WWE, you knew how long they were dating and the problems and that she had with him, and he actually decided to kind of cave and give her what she wanted because he felt she deserved it. And then she finally got her moment, and there was an over-under prop bet at Mania for this.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people that actually got money off of this proposal.
Yeah.
Because, that was pretty dope. I thought it was showing a much lighter side to Cena on WWE TV. I thought it was a good look.
Let's move with them a little bit faster. My number 6. That was your number 6. All right, and you can blame yourself. You do it to me all the time. It's what it was.
You an asshole. You're an asshole, yo.
Cena getting drafted to Monday Night Raw.
You're an asshole. That's why they want to do it. You didn't have nothing on it. He didn't have nothing else. He didn't have nothing else.
First of all, I had it. I was looking for it, and you put it there, and that's the truth. When you put it there, and let's keep it a beam. I've been doing it for weeks with pictures and the thing, and I know, and you cannot sit here and lie to me to my virtual face that I have not put pictures in there, and it's giving you an idea to say, oh, okay, that was where I was about to go, sort of, maybe not, trying to pick. So you did it, and that's why you put to do it, to help your fellow brother out. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are. Number 5, number 6 for me, he got drafted to Raw. Jonathan, Rodriguez, Tom Brady, Cena. What's your number 5?
That pissed me off. That pissed me off. It pissed me off so much.
What?
Oh my gosh, that you just messed up a whole slew of stuff. But it's okay. Monday Night Raw
all the time. How you gonna?
This main event.
It's
one of the greatest main events that I've ever seen as a wrestling fan on a Monday Night Raw broadcast. Shawn Michaels versus John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember this match, this is a dream match. This is a match that if you were a wrestling fan of either person in either era, you had to watch this.
I think you're slick. He did that on purpose too, by the way.
You had to watch this. You're damn right. Because it was going after the fact that I drafted, because I did it for a reason. I wanted moments the first half and matches the second half.
Well, guess what? I do mine the right way, and I just pick them how I feel, how they feel for my moments. They ain't got to, it's just what I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I put it in there, it's like, oh. So just go ahead. So you done? Are you finished or you done?
Yeah, I'm finished.
I'm finished and you done? Okay.
Yep.
Well, without question to me, my number 4 moment is a very simple one. All right. And people hate it. I didn't care. I didn't care if people hated it or not. I actually loved the moment. I thought the moment was pretty cool. I know people hate it. It's one of the things, as my kids always say, as Dice said earlier, he's 97% right. Well, I gave him 97. He was humble. He said 90. Okay. We all saw that coming. But when Cena won both the titles, come on. He's going to go down. He is, I don't care, wrestling fans think. He may not be your Mount Rushmore and the Rosa Charmaine. He may suck to you. He is the WWE's GOAT. He is their number 1, not Stone Cold, not The Rock, not Taker, not anybody else. I'm not saying I like it, but it's the truth. Go ahead, Ruth. That is DJ. He's not a woman. Go ahead. What you got? Number 4, Dice. Number 4.
Number 4. Oh, this is great. We get into the nittiest of the grittiest.
And the grittiest. Is that like the Ruta and the Tuta?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4. I'm going with John Cena. One night stand. This iconic image. I wish I could put the GIF up. I didn't have enough time. But him walking through the crowd, just like that, with people slapping him, throwing trash at him, and he's here to represent pretty much what everybody hates today.
Yes, they do.
If there was a one-night stand for AEW and John Cena was a champ, that would be the image today. That would be Roman Reigns walking through the crowd today.
I got you. I love that. I love that moment right there. 100%. Okay. For me, and I'm kind of, like I said, I'm pressed for time, looking for photos and everything. I'm getting it right now. My number 4, and I love that one. Okay. Once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. It's my number 4. Probably should have been higher on some people's list. And this is the 2 in a lifetime picture. That's just the one I got right here. That's the one. Okay, yeah, I was there. Okay, it's my first WrestleMania. It will always hold a lot of weight for me. It could possibly be higher. It's one of my favorite moments of my life in real life. But for a John Cena moment for me with it, maybe not. But the event itself, yes. Number 4 for me, Cena, Rock, one in a lifetime. My first WrestleMania, plaques on the wall. I was there. What you got, number 3, Dice?
That's fine. Even though you just stole that from me.
I didn't put that. You didn't put that picture in there. You didn't put that picture in there.
But I'm still going with the story.
But can you put the other picture back up, because I didn't like where you ranked it and I got it coming. So can you put the one you did? Stop deleting pictures, bro.
I don't know which one.
If that's how we're gonna start drafting, I promise you.
I figured that you was done with it, so I didn't know.
No. Okay, I got you. I cleaned it up.
I've been doing it to all of them.
I got you. Yeah, I know. But that one I was gonna use again. That's all. I had it higher than when you had it. That's all.
I'm going to keep going with the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And Truth and Miz versus Cena and Rock, which still gave you more underlying issues to their story. I thought it was a good match, but it wasn't the match that made it so good for me. It was literally just the interaction between The Rock and Cena themselves, and seeing if they could still coexist just to take on Truth and Miz. And then, of course, at the end of the match, you saw the true colors from both of them, and you know what I'm saying. Then it set up the match for SummerSlam, for WrestleMania. So for me, just because you took mine, I had to go with that. Okay. I didn't want to take.
It's not technically a take, right?
It's not a take.
Are we not supposed to have like-minded moments?
No, you're absolutely right. And I
literally fucking talk to you every fucking day. Okay, to not art imitate some man. You some just like Scott and that shit. Lead the chat did. Fuck the Yankees. And I love you, but fuck you too. Okay. Can I get my picture back? Not that one.
I don't know what picture is it. I don't know which one it is.
All right, my number 3 moment. Okay, which he took away.
Hold on. I think I know.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I really need, because I thought you would have it higher. The reason I don't have it higher is because no one will understand with me and you, and unless you're a complete douchebag, you're not going to steal that one from me. But my number 3 is this moment. And you touched on a lot of it. You touched on some of it. I'm going to touch on another part. Him throwing those shirts back in the ring. The sign that really started it all, if Cena wins, we riot. And ever. We've seen those signs imitated, but never duplicated to that magnetism. That night, I really believe if John Cena would have won that match, they would have fucked some shit up. They didn't give a fuck. That was the beginning of the rebellion in WWE, in my opinion, as far as fans going straight out, fuck you. Like, they threw the shirts back. It was one of the greatest John Cena moments of all time. He may not like it, but for me, it was there. My number 3. What's your number 2?
Shit, we're at 2. I misguided
we're
this.
We're at
2. Yep, I misguided this. This is, I misguided this. You could insert 1A, 1B for this. This takes either him or Orton, or him or Edge. But the beginning of either one of those rivalries.
Cheat and go double. Go do a cheat and go, like I did with Married with Children.
Okay, because my number one is definitely off the chart and nobody's thinking about it.
Well, I know my number one's not on there. You already know my number 1 is, so go ahead. Make it a deuce.
The start of 2 of the biggest rivalries for John Cena, which is Cena versus Edge in 2006 at the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
You can't put for what these 3 guys did for that back half of the Ruthless Aggression era. They carried it. Yes, you still had Undertaker and Batista, and you doing a little bit of Rey Mysterio, you know what I'm saying? But those guys, they carried that rivalry, that era for quite a number of years. Like, people got tired of seeing Orton versus Edge for so long. So that's a tie for me at number 2. My number 1 is definitely going to be something nobody's thinking about.
My number 2. This is my number 2, right? Yes, my number 2. So my number 2 is a little bit different. All right. And I personally loved it. He did not win the match. I don't think he should have won the match. It's odd that it's in my Cena moments. And you are a son of a bitch. And I will prove it by, I wasn't looking at you. At my number 2 is Cena versus CM Punk. And you see it's a different picture, so I wasn't cheating you. Okay. My number 2, because it showed that Cena, who people said can never lose and all those, even when he went through the Cena went through, I get the shoving down the throat part. I really do. And we know Cena was forced, and I also believe that a lot of stars have been force fed, depending on where you want to sit and be honest with yourselves. Sit down, relax. I mean, we're in a tree, right? We're in a tree. He said, well, we're in a tree. He said, yes. Yes, you're in a tree. He said, so sometimes we'd be at like Applebee's and I'd say a waitress. And I'm just wondering, like, does she have a thong on? Is it a regular underpants, not underpants? Does she have underpants on at all? Frank the Tank, he in a tree, thought he could talk, right? So, like, people just thought that Cena couldn't do certain things. And I think he proved people wrong. And you say what you want. Yes, Punk won, but Cena putting him over to me helped it. Punk couldn't have got there without John Cena. The pipe bomb wouldn't have been more impressive against someone else, if not someone of the stature of John Horatio Rodriguez Cena. So my number 2, your number 1, just to be frank. Oh no, that's your number 1.
I had a tie for 2. I had a tie for 2.
Okay,
my number 1.
So what's your number 1?
My number 1 and my greatest Cena moments in matches.
Yes, sir.
Is the fact that this man has granted 650 plus wishes for Make-A-Wish Foundation. That has to be said for something. He is the most requested person on the face of this earth.
Absolutely.
And the gratitude that he shows to these kids, the interest that he shows in their stories and their struggles, and how he always just happens to make sure that they are in a good space mentally. He absolutely deserves respect from everybody who considers themselves a pro wrestling fan. I don't even think it's you could even down that. You can't make fun of it. You can't down it. Nobody makes fun. Not even The Rock has done that.
You can't. My number 1 is personal. Seriously, let me go over here and talk to the BWO real fast. Yeah. This is basic thugonomics.
For some reason, I knew it was coming. I didn't know where it was going to be at. Once you didn't have it in the top 5, but the bottom half of the 5, I said, he's going to put himself on this bitch.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Listen, the birth of the Belt Kings, baby. Okay? I'm going to say it again. I am the reason for all this shit. And this is the motherfucking thanks I get. You built emperors, you built princes, you built kings, you built queens, you built dukes, you built justice, you built security guards, you built anything. I am the Osiris of this shit here. You see it right there on the drip, on the drip, on the drop. One more time. Seriously, let me go over here and talk to the BWO real fast. Yeah. This is basic thugonomics. Don't you forget it. Okay? Magazine, SmackDown magazine, The Great American Bash, Tori Wilson on the cover. There's a centerfold. It's not Tori Wilson, y'all. It's your boy Mike Knoxxx. I'm in John Cena DVDs. Thank you, John Cena, for being a white rapper. And you saw 2 black dudes with a bunch of drip and said, you want to be on TV? And we said, oh, hell yeah. I'm sorry, Dice. You can't hate on that, dog. Like, you saw that.
I can't, but I knew it was coming.
And said, yo, who is them motherfuckers in the front way with them suits on? And them, you know it. Okay? My number 1 moment of all time is that right there, my friend. And it carried on and it carried on. This is the night in question right there. Okay. That's the night. That's what we come into the building with. Okay. That's what we come into the building with.
That's my dog.
That's what we come in the building with. And this is what we grown into be. And it's gone more than that. Like, I don't have nowhere near as many as King
I'm
Mo,
just a belt
King
peasant.
Coley. Okay? Even Dion for that matter.
Shout out to King Coley. That's my
Okay,
guy.
these guys, my kicks are my fix. Nephew Corey from the Wrestling Marks of Excellence. Okay, also are an originator. Okay, and who to me is the true king of kings when it comes to belt kinging. What? Put it up there.
You would. Just do it. Just do it for George. Just do it. Just do it for George.
I'll play it back. Shit, let's play it back.
Just do it for George.
Cena said, let me go over here and talk to the BWO real fast. Yeah. This is basic thugonomics.
I'm just saying. My number one
Real
John
quick,
Cena moment
real
of all
quick.
time.
I know we went over time.
Yeah, we went over. It's
but
for the pay-per-view. It happens sometimes.
My proposal for you on the spot.
Okay.
Next week for our draft.
Raw
versus SmackDown. We flip a coin. You tell me who you want right now? You want Raw superstars or you want a SmackDown superstars? The greatest superstars of each brand. Which do you want?
The greatest superstars of each brand.
Yes.
I'll take the flagships, and I'm the oldest.
You going Raw?
Because the only reason why I take the flagship is because most of the people that in my mind are for Thirst Thought or been on both shows, so I can do it that way, right?
Okay.
So,
and this is where
that's why I had to think. So
you're gonna have to think about their rivalries on your show and
right.
why
No. I am going. For the while now, SmackDown's been the best show to me for a long time, and SmackDown has birthed guys like Dick and Batista, and that's The Rock's show. But if I look at the longevity of what Raw has, I think I could pull enough out for both to be that I think Raw should beat me in this draft. This draft to me was really more our favorites. There's really not a judging in this. We're still posted. I know you'll get it out on the thing. We'll get it to King Vaughn also to tweet out so we can get that stuff out there for you guys. This was more just what we really loved about John Cena, paying respect to him tonight coming back, right?
Yes.
But overall, in that one, we're going to get back to winning. And I got to show you why.
So we could do that. We could do that.
You like the Karate size.
So do you want to do that, or do you want to do top 10 favorite belts?
Well, that would become more of just what we like. So you choose it. You choose that one. Either one I'm game for. Belts, it's Belt Kings Radio started off. That's what we did. We were doing, we talk about the belts, about the guy who came with them, all the kind of things. Check out those podcasts as well. Check out this podcast as well on Apple, wherever podcasts is show. You can just go ahead and look for Mike Knoxxx. I have not got a chance to get in there and fix a thing. Some things, guys, I'm older and I did that shit 13, 14 years ago, and going there and had to try to change the RSS feed and all that kind of stuff to change names. It's kind of hard, but I promise you, the stuff you see on the screen, Mike Knoxxx, if you just put in Mike Knoxxx, Perfect Plex, or BDSIR Network, you will find it. All right. With that being said, Dice, any final words we get out of here, man? I thought we had a great show tonight. At least I thought so, but I'm biased.
You know what? We have been on a tear lately. Everybody appreciate your feedback for the drafts that we are doing. We are doing something that no other podcast is doing, in which Misha and Renee tried to do it with MMA not too long ago, like last week, and I didn't like that. They are my girls. However,
one more time.
Cena said, let me go over here and talk to the BWO real fast. Yeah.
By the way, that guy in the front
don't
row.
stroke this man's ego.
Listen, by the way, the guy in the front row. I camped outside all night to get front row for SmackDown. We did. My man said he'll never do it again. Thank God, we was in the car, so we didn't like outside, which was there. Right. So when people started getting in line, I got out the car and I stayed outside. The boy beat me to number one. And I was like, yo, man, where you sitting at? He said, I'm sitting way up top. True story. He was a special needs kid. He stayed outside all night. We talked to him all night. Special needs.
Piggybacked off of a special needs kid?
No. I bought his ticket and had him in front row. And that's him in the camera next to me on my right-hand side. I played.
Cena said, let me go over here and talk to the BWO real fast. Yeah.
The kid right there to the right, like seriously, he was gonna sit way up top. He said, I waited outside. I said, for a $25 ticket. He said, yeah. I was blessed that year, and I took him. I said, keep your money, buy my tickets. And he was a little unsure because he's special needs, and I gave him the money for him to pay, and I got him front row. All right, because just because I knew where I wanted to sit, and they like that. I wanted to be. It was all orchestrated. But that being said, Dice, your thoughts real fast.
I just want to say thank you for interrupting my soliloquy of thanking the fans. You did mine
earlier. Okay, well, the fans said something. I responded. My bad.
But you were super late. You were super late with that. That was 5 minutes ago. Anyway, thank everybody for tuning in, for the messages you guys send on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, the clips, the conversation ideas, the thoughts that you guys have. Like literally we talk every day, so we always constantly say like we got this, that, and the third in our box. What do you think about it? So we definitely appreciate everything that you guys do in tuning in and retweeting what we tweet out. And we really wouldn't enjoy what we do if we didn't have the interaction from you. So I am literally only 2 years into this podcasting thing, and I love every single moment of it. I've been told that it is definitely my calling. I wanted to be a rapper, but this is now my calling because my opinions actually matter to some people, and they actually want to know what the hell I'm going to go off with next. So therefore, I tell everybody, look at it! Look at it! Now respect it.
Belt Dukes. What's up, Belt Duke? Listen. With that being said, listen, guys, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God. We are out of here, y'all. What they say? I like to say it. Fingers. Oh, yeah, I'm about to tell you.
I want you to fire me, you fucking Mark.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special.